And he has a camera. Sweet.
Put this on, dude.
All right. Anyways, number one, welcome to Pozo Creek. Pozo Creek Paintball and Airsoft. Airsoft here for us guys today. This is a benefit for the American Cancer Society Relay for Life. That's why it costs a little bit more this time, but I can't promise. But most of the proceeds, at least half, will be going to it. The rest to operational expenses, including the rental of the land that we do still have to pay for. But anyways, thanks for everybody for coming out. Obviously, we're going to cover some basic safety issues that almost everybody knows, but we do have a few newer guys out here that need a little bit of refresher. As far as Airsoft goes, safety, number one most important thing. We don't want anybody getting hurt today, okay? And the easiest way to get hurt in Airsoft is a shot to the face or to the eye, okay? So, everybody's got their goggles, that's not a problem. Everybody who's played before has safety goggles. The way the goggle rules work is anytime, once this is the playing field over here, once we pass this wooden fence right here, anytime from that point on, goggles on at all times. I don't care if they fog up, I don't care if you're not comfortable, you keep your goggles on no matter what. If you come to a situation where you maybe trip and fall, or a branch takes your goggle off, cover up your hand, yell blind man, you have somebody around you, get the goggles, get them back on as quickly as possible, okay? If you hear anybody in the area yell blind man, I want the game to cease in that area. If you hear somebody yell it too. We want a chain going around everybody yelling blind man. At that point, the game will stop in that area until the person is got their goggles back on, and at that point, game on, and we'll go ahead and start from there, okay? If we have any issues where somebody does get injured, trip and fall injury, or get stuck with a branch or something, we do have a real world call. If you hear real world, again, this is important. Real world means that somebody's actually hurt out here, okay? That means, and we're not going to have that happen, right? Nobody's going to get hurt today? But if it does happen, yell real world. If you hear somebody yell real world, the game is stopped at that point. If you hear it. Yell as loud as you can, and hopefully your voice will travel to the next group and the next group. And so we'll have a daisy chain effect where everybody will understand that there is a real world situation, somebody's injured. I'll take care of the situation, and we'll get the game going on as quickly as possible, okay? In the staging area, this is our staging area. Anytime we're on this side of the fence, this is a safety zone. You do not have to have your goggles on, but you do have to have your mags out of your gun. So anybody who's got a mag in your gun right now, take it out. Handguns are okay. Saws are okay. But any AEGs, let's keep the mags out in this area. As you're coming out in between rounds, we will have a few breaks. As you're coming off the field, pull your mag out before you get to the fence. Dry fire a couple shots into the ground. Make sure you don't have any BB stuck in your hop up, okay? Make sure you clear any rounds there, okay? Honor. This is secondary. Safety is number one. Honor is the next most important thing in Airsoft. This isn't paintball. There's no marks to show where you're hit at or if you're hit at all. So it's 100% dependent on you to call your hits. If you get hit anywhere on your body, whether it's on the tip of your pinky, whether it brushes the rim of your hat, if it hits your gun hits do count. Anytime you get hit by a BB, you are automatically out. We will cover what to do when you're out at that point, okay? Now, respawn rules. This is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do at our regular pickup games. We did post this on the board for anybody who read it, but we will cover the details right here, okay? Each side will have 2 medics. In each medic bag, there are 8 white rags, okay? When you are wounded, first thing you do, pull out your dead rag. Who doesn't have dead rags? A couple of people. I've got 3 or 4. I've already loaned out a bunch. Dead rags are required. If you guys play Airsoft, they cost 99 cents at Walmart. Go pick one up. Cheapest thing you can get for Airsoft. If you don't have them, wave your hand as much as possible. The whole point of a red rag is to let people know that you're shot. If they don't see the red rag, they may not be able to hear you. They may be, they may have that high cap in their magazine and they're going like crazy trying to shoot you. They may not hear you yell hit. And so pulling the red rag is the way to let them know at a distance that you are hit. So it is mandatory that everybody has these. I only have a few extras, so anybody who doesn't have one, see me after the orientation here, and I'll get you what I've got. All right. Once you are hit, pull out your red rag, hold it over your head. This is where you're going to start counting for 2 minutes. If you've got a watch, great. Stopwatch, great. If you don't, count to 120. Okay. Within that 2 minutes, you must remain in place. You are only wounded at that point, so you can talk to your teammates. You can yell for a medic. You can communicate. That's not a problem. I don't have any problem with communication. All you are just wounded. If within that 2 minutes your medic gets to you and ties a white rag, a white handkerchief around your arm, you're automatically back into that game, okay? You're back into the game from that point. You are respawned at that point, okay? Let's see here. If the medic does not reach you within 2 minutes, you have bled out. At that point, you walk back to your fob. Fob is your base, basically your starting base. You can walk back and respawn at that point. You're back in the game there, okay? If you're out on the field and you've been healed by a medic and you get wounded again, no problem. Go through the same procedure. You can have a second white rag tied around your arm and you can respawn back into the game. On the third hit, you're automatically dead at that point. At that point, you walk back to your fob, take those off, deposit those at your fob, and you're back in the game. You respawn back at the base, okay? Pretty simple so far. Pretty basic, easy to understand. Any questions yet? I'm not done, but any questions up to this point? Okay. If during those 2 minutes, while you're waiting for a medic to get to you, if a member of the opposing force comes up to you and tags you, at that point you are a prisoner. You have been captured, okay? You must go back to his fob with him. Every player will have intel cards. It's basically just a deck of cards. It doesn't mean anything. There's no special secret information on it. But you will have a deck of cards, and you will have a card on you. You will give the card to your captor, which basically means he has interrogated you, he has found whatever information he has wanted, and then he will kill you at that point. Not shoot you, but you're automatically dead. Once you give the card, you're dead. Keep your red rag on, walk all the way back to your fob, and you will respawn at that point, okay? There is a box in each fob for you to deposit any of the intel cards that you've captured. You'll get points for those, okay? So you do get points for capturing. Pretty basic. Any questions there? Do I need to clarify anything? Yes?
Can you fight back if you're captured?
You cannot. You're basically dead at that point. So once you're captured, you're at the will, you're at the mercy of your captor. You have to walk back with him, okay? If while walking back to his fob, if your captor gets shot, then basically you're starting that respawn situation all over again. You're both dead. Pull out keep your red rag up and wait 2 minutes, just like basically starting all over again as far as the respawn goes. Okay.
Dead, but you said injured on the
injured, yeah, not dead. I'm sorry, yeah. If you're captured and your captor is wounded on the way back to the fob, you're both wounded at that point. And so you start the 2 minutes start all over again. If if your teammate grabs you, you can even capture your captor back again and take him back. Either way.
Is that all you're carrying with you?
I'm the dancing sheik.